All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, Sunday afternoon here in Boston. If you are somewhere over like in Australia or Asia and you're tuning in, it's a Monday morning for you. So happy Monday to you. But we're still here in the past. It's Sunday and the markets are looking okay. We had a decent weekend. Again, looking at the chart here, back on Thursday when we were live and we had that big dip going on and we had Elon and Trump, like all of that crap going on. And well, we've recovered pretty much from there. And people were wondering, once we hit the weekend, it's going to come back down. And it hasn't. So, but we haven't got quite back up to 19 cents yet on Doge. So that's what we're trying to do is like, can we get back up to 19 cents tonight? That's my target here. And then we'll be back right where we were on Thursday morning. So yeah, and I'll take those green candles, CDC. Exactly. On a Sunday, a green candle, I will take it. Look at crypto bubbles, and we're like, most everything is in the green here on the crypto bubbles, including our Dogecoin. Sheeb is in the red. And again, that guy last week that was like, Sheeb. I mean, he ended up getting the boot, right? And he just kept saying, oh, Sheeb is so much better than Doge. And I'm like, no, that is not the case. And yet again, Sheeb is in the red, Doge in the green. I just had to say that. But overall, we will watch. I mean, it's not rocketing to the moon right now. And we're not in that environment yet to do that. But we can talk about the power of up. And what I mean by that is Dogecoin outperforming fiat, right? Dogecoin doing better than fiat over the years, and how Dogecoin can be a hedge against inflation and the dollar or money. And of course, power of up can also be just more people buying than selling, right? Which makes the corresponding price equivalent of Doge, which we usually use in dollars or cents, in this case, 18.6 cents. Even though Dogecoin has 10,000 new Doge every minute, flooding the market with Dogecoin, the price is going up. More people are buying than selling, plus buying than are being released, right? And I went through all that last week, and it's just like, no, it's not flooding the market. The 10,000 Doge every minute are going to the miners who are validating the transactions on the blockchain, keeping Dogecoin safe and secure. Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. It doesn't have these tokens that can be minted out of thin air, like Solana tokens or XRP, right? At any time. Dogecoin doesn't work that way. So that's where we talk about the power of up. And one thing that I posted here on X, and let me get down here in the corner so you can see this big, because this is big. If you didn't see my post on X the other day, oh yeah, we had the HODL card, the Doge HODL card. If you're into collecting cards, a digital card, but it's the Doge HODL card. Do only good every day. That's a good thing. But it's this post here. Look. There's this new Coinbase ad about Bitcoin and how the price of houses keep going up, but it takes less and less Bitcoin to actually buy a house. And I was like, does the same apply to Dogecoin? And so I did the research. Here's what I found out. The price for an American, get this thing out of here. I don't want to promote. Sorry. X is like, no. The price for an American home in USD has gone up every year since 2014. And I just say 2014. It's gone up every year way before then too. But I'd say 2014 because Dogecoin was in existence in 2014. So midsummer average price, looking at the price of an American home. But it takes less Dogecoin to buy the average house each year, except for one outlier, which was 2021, which when Dogecoin had all the hype. So we look at the average price of an American house back in 2014, 275,000, 2015 up to 296, over 300,000 in 2016, 319, 328, 340. You get the picture, right? Every year, the price of an average American house is going up every year. And here we are this year, $432,500 for an average American house. So it takes more dollars because what? Right? The money printer, right? It's the money printer. It's inflation. We're printing more money. Just like XRP is printing more XRP tokens and Solana is printing more Solana tokens. Dogecoin also is inflationary, but guess what? The price of Dogecoin equivalent to USD has gone up over these years. So in 2014, it would have taken you 1.3 billion Dogecoin to buy that house. 1.3 billion, right? In 2015, it only would have been 1.9 million. In 2016, 1.28 million. And by 2017, it only cost you 199 million, then down to 142 million, and then down to 113 million. And then by 2020, only 110 million Dogecoin to buy that house. We have our outlier, 2021. Price was way up. So it was only 1.7 million Dogecoin to buy that house. The average house, 1.7 million Doge. Went back up in 2022 to 7.2 million, then down to 5.9 million, then down to 3.8 million. And this year, right now, the average house will cost you 2.3 million Dogecoin. So what do you see is happening here? The price of the average house is going up in terms of dollars, but down in terms of Dogecoin. So if house prices keep falling each year in Dogecoin, why do they keep rising in dollars? So buying Dogecoin and holding Dogecoin is actually better than taking your US dollars and sticking them in like a bond or like some interest rate, because you're still going to lose over time. You're going to lose. Where if you just put it in Doge, except for the 2021 outlier year, it's the power of up. The power of up. Now you can say Bitcoin as well, but I'm just using this example as Dogecoin because that's what I do. But also to show you the same is true for Doge. The buying power of Doge goes up almost every year. The Dogecoin you bought back in 2021, except if you bought it like at the peak, right, in April, May, is worth more today than it was back then. You can buy more with it. That's the power of Dogecoin, using it as a currency to buy, as opposed to the US dollar, which inflates away every year. So you can buy less and less with your dollar, but you can buy more and more with your Dogecoin. That's the power of up. So I just wanted to start with that. It's just like, that is pretty cool stuff. And do you know what Santiment says? Santiment says, the crypto markets attempt to rally at the end of the work week. Crypto networks continue to grow over time. How about the total amount of holders for crypto? Do you know that there are more holders of Ethereum than Bitcoin? I didn't know this. There's 148 million holders of Bitcoin. Number one, more people hold Bitcoin. I mean, more people hold ETH than anything else. I didn't know that. 55 million people hold Bitcoin. And what's number three? At just under 8 million, it's Dogecoin. Dogecoin. More than Tether, more than XRP, more than Cardano, more than Chainlink, more than anything else. Doge. That's a lot of holders. Dogecoin. And to reinforce the power of up, we have our friend Trader Alan. He's usually very optimistic about pricing, and he's looking at the stochastic RSI, and he's like, look, the stochastic RSI is down now. This is the time you should be buying because the price is going to go back up. We're at the same point in the stochastic RSI as we were back in August of last year, and then again prior to that in October of 2023, right before we had two big moves. Is that big move coming? But Trader Alan isn't done yet. We're looking at an ascending broadening wedge, which, if you use your A, B, C, D, E, F, we're like moving up. But then he's not done yet because he likes to make very pretty charts. On the 4-hour chart, Doge is returning to the consolidation range in the orange color. So just like we did back here in April, we got back to that level. We're almost back up there again. That would be over 19 cents. We're moving there. And then the funny thing that's going on is Elon Musk had this tweet. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely. He did it again. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely. He said that before in relationship to Dogecoin becoming essentially the currency of the world, right? Of Earth is like the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. So he posts this and it's like Doge God is like, yeah, Dogecoin taking over fiat is the most entertaining outcome. Most likely. Is Elon, now that he's out of the US government, he and Trump are having their tiff and that's still going on or whatever. But is Elon planning something again? Is Elon planning something? And no, it's not XRP. Will Elon Musk pick XRP over Dogecoin for X payments? It's like, no. XRP, no. Elon has never even mentioned XRP. He has absolutely nothing to do with XRP. XRP is not being used as a currency anywhere. Not as a currency, day-to-day, peer-to-peer currency. It's being all set up by Ripple to do this like Swift kind of cross-border bank thing, not a currency. So this whole thing by this guy, Joshua Dalton, about XRP, it's just an XRP thing. And they just keep making up lies, making up stories. And it's dumb. Now, XRP today has been doing well, got a nice little boost today, and that's good. It'll probably drop back down as it typically does, but I do have to give a little shout out to XRP having a good day trading today. Good for XRP. Doge and Bitcoin are up about the same percentage today. It's a green Sunday. I'll take it. I'll take it. So yeah, how about the Elon and Trump feud going on? It's not done yet. I don't know. I mean, Elon cooled off. Trump has a lot of other things going on. We'll see tomorrow whether there's something, whether there's anything follow up, but I think it's just going to kind of fade away. XRP costs more than Dogecoin per coin or per token because there's a lot more Dogecoins in circulation than there are XRP tokens. We can look at coin market cap here, Forks, and we can say XRP has a circulating supply of 58 billion XRP tokens. Dogecoin has 149 billion. 149 billion. Okay? So there's a lot more Dogecoins in circulation than there are XRP tokens. What's up, DB? Frankie, my price target is still the same from my January 1st video for my 2025 price prediction for Dogecoin. I know, crazy difference in how pricing for housing. If you look at it in terms of Doge, right? 2014, 2015, those were not the years to use your Dogecoin to buy a house. But now, the power of up, particularly if you bought your Dogecoin way back then, popping in to say hi, D community, YouTube member. Were you before and you just had to redo it or something? I don't know. Dogecoin is the king. Yes, Doug. XRP is something you sell immediately if you need the money, because it does turn into a stable coin for long periods of time. It does. Yep. You've got 1,000 XRP tokens, D. I can't advise on XRP. If XRP goes crazy on a run, I would sell it and flip it into something else. But that's just me. That's just me. Hey, MB, how are you? Yeah, Adam, I mean, I booted that guy. So if he comes back, he's coming back under a new name. He was on the best, but he was banned. So we'll know when he comes back, because you'll just be able to tell by what he says. Everyone liked the stream. Thank you, Aesthetic. Appreciate the likes, everybody. Hey, Doge fam. How are you, Monica? The super whales control XRP and Ripple as well. And Ripple. All eyes on Doge. No wrapping Dogecoin. You don't want to have wrapped Dogecoin. You want the actual coin in your wallet, not taking wrapped Dogecoin and doing something with it. I do not advise, but hey, you do you. Yeah, I agree. It was just kind of weird that Trump is giving Elon a key to the White House, this golden key. And then the next thing you know, they really got into it. And Trump already knew at that time that Elon was not a fan of the big, beautiful bill. So Elon had already spoken out against it. Maybe Trump was just getting him to trying to get him to shut up and not talk about it. I don't know. I don't know. Greetings, Jaku. What's up, Lucky? Life is good. It's a Sunday, hanging out. What do I think about XCN? XCN goes on big runs every now and then. Just kind of crazy runs, and then it just falls back in. That's what we've seen again and again and again. 14 cents right now for the Onyx coin. Yeah, see, right after April 7th, Onyx coin went on this big run and then just has done nothing since. The bigger run here was January. So I don't know when the next run on this thing is going to be, but man, when it goes crazy, it does go on a run, but you want to sell it then. You don't know how high it's going to go in each run, but that's the pattern for XCN. Maybe it's a good swing trading token. Right? Buy it down here, goes up, sell, wait for it to drop back down, buy again. I mean, that's quite a pattern right there. Right at 14 cents. Might not be a bad play for some swing trading. Now would not be the time to sell it, though. You want to wait for one of those big green candles, right? Sell on the green candles, not the red candles, right? That's what I say. I rewatched that video last night, the 2025 price target. So that $1 to $1.80, Frankie. Now, remember what I said? That is based on catalysts. It's based on specific things happening for Dogecoin. If those things don't happen, Doge is not going over $1. Right? So if Dogecoin is accepted on X and is being used on X, then awesome. Dogecoin ETFs help. Dogecoin ETFs themselves won't get the price of Doge over $1, I believe. But we need these series of things, of actual things, not just hype. That was the main point of the video. So you asked me what the price is going to be. I'm going to ask you, well, what are you assuming is going to happen with Doge? Is Doge still going to be just what it is today and people buying on hype? Or is it actually going to be used as something? Can you make a video on how to use Dogecoin as payment for your business? There are a lot of videos out there. The one I will point you to is what is the name? Can't think the name. Well, you can do Williamsburg Pizza, right? Williamsburg Pizza. You can go to their site on X, the Williamsburg Pizza site, and you can see some of their videos here that they have, because they do accept Dogecoin directly as payment. And they have this they've got this dedicated thing that you basically point your phone at in order to pay them in Doge. And I'm just, the name is just escaping me at the moment of what that is, because I need to find that on to get their name, because they've got a bunch of different videos that they show, but I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. It's been a little while. Maybe it's on here. Doge Express. That's it. Doge Express. So you go to, and that's at Express Doge. Go to that account, and they've got all the videos there to watch on how to use Dogecoin as payment for goods. Okay, Doge Express. That was the name I couldn't think of. Someone in the stream just used a large amount of Doge to pay for a house. Yeah. Wrapped Dogecoin. Is that the same using your brokerage's crypto wallet? You're basically, yeah, you're taking your Dogecoin and you're giving it to somebody else for you to be able to do something, whether it's locked in a contract or whether it's to do other swaps or other things. No, I am not a fan. Not a fan. JQ waiting for Dogecoin D-Day. Oh, you had a gifted membership. And then your month was up. So now you are full member. Awesome. You'll trade into Doge with the big swing. It's a good way to do it. Oh, yeah. Buy high, sell low. That is the best crypto strategy. Is Doge cooked? Nope. Doge doing great, Francisco. Waiting for the big run. It's going to happen. So we're accumulating. Dogecoin will go live on X as soon as Starship arrives on my. I'm not waiting for that. That's going to take a long time. I want to see Doge on X before then. Thank you, Charles. Telling everyone to smash the likes. Yeah, John, just go onto my channel and look at my old videos, particularly the one which was my 2025 price prediction. So just do a search on that and you can watch that video. You did some betting on the UFC last night? Yeah. That happens. I stay away from sports betting. I just stopped doing it. Even if you think it's a sure thing, you just never know. I do wish Doge's developer didn't abandon it. Doge's developer abandoned what? Changing the new Doge created it. Would be nice if supply remained the same. Yeah, well, then it's not Dogecoin anymore, Johnny. Then it's a Bitcoin if it has a hard cap. So they're not going to do that. The idea is to keep producing new Dogecoin to encourage people to continue to use it as a currency, not for Dogecoin to become a big store of value. That's what makes Doge different than Bitcoin. Charlotte should make that video on how to accept Doge. Yeah, she's getting set up with a third-party company, a different one than Doge Express. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, Doge Express. All aboard the Doge Express train. Doge at a discount. You know, it's got a market structure that's setting up for it to get back up over 19 and eventually 20 cents. It's all set up. So anything in the teens, again, not financial advice, but yes, sir. Still at a buying price. We had some tasty dips on Thursday. Hey, Lucifer, how are you? DJ Dan took that XRP run today and swapped it over for Doge. I'd say that's a good move. I do not know what the ski mask dog is, Manuel, but I'm guessing it's just another pump.fun token. Be careful. Good luck. That's all I can say. If nothing crazy, I believe, happens, Doge can push past all-time high, 85 cents to $1. Overall, great opportunity for those who want a better life. And that's what we've been talking about, is financial freedom here, right? And what can you do to change your place in life? Otherwise, you're just going to keep chasing that, your paycheck month after month, paying your bills, trying to get out of debt, and you're not going to make it. The government would rather you stay in debt. So you got to do it yourself, because the government's not going to help you. The government just wants you to stay in debt, be an indentured servant to them. That's it. So you got to do the work yourself if you want to get yourself out of debt and get that next step in your financial position. You've got to do that. Exactly. 150 billion coins, 8 billion population. That's only 20 Doge per person worldwide. That is correct, Sean. And I did a version of that. Right here. If you want to know about the annual supply inflation, I posted this on X. Dogecoin has a decreasing inflation rate because it has a fixed yearly issuance. This means each year the rate of inflation decreases. The percentage of the overall amount of Doge that comes into circulation decreases every year. The new Dogecoin issued, 10,000 per minute, is awarded to miners who verify the transactions on the blockchain. Remember, Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. This new Doge is not flooding the market. It's not flooding the market. It's going to the miners. Miners right now are holding on to as much Doge as they can. They're not selling now because they know the price is going to go up. They sell as little as they need to in order to keep their utility bills, right? To pay those. Some believe the amount of Doge created each year actually replaces Dogecoins that are lost or inaccessible, making for a relatively stable circulating supply. And now with almost 150 billion Dogecoin in total supply and over 8 billion people on Earth, that works out to about 20 Doge per person. That's it. So find this post on my X account. I'm at KrissPax on X. Repost it, quote it, share it. It's that simple. People just get all blown up. Oh, there's so many Doge. And it's just like, guys, it's really not when you look at the overall picture and where Dogecoin is most likely going. The power of up. The power of up. DB got a little more at 18.4, keeping a close eye on the price. Now we're at 18.6. Jinku going back to work. All right, see you. It's a token on base. Well, it's not a meme coin. It's a meme token. Good luck. Good luck. Is there anything to talk about with Doge? I want to know more on who is running Doge. We run Doge. Inside scoop on the CEO and president running it? There isn't any. There's no CEO. There's no president. Plans for the future? It's the foundation. But the community votes on anything that comes up. That's it. It's not like Ripple in XRP. Dogecoin doesn't have a corresponding corporation. It's a proof of work cryptocurrency that's out there. That's it. No CEO, no president. No, I didn't make the Doge card. I found this a couple years ago, and I just have it in my storage of different Doge things, right? And so every once in a while I post it. I don't know who made it. I don't know where this was initially made. But it's pretty cool. And the HODL here says, this ability grants the user to gain more than what was invested over a period of time. Can only be activated by diamond hands, right? Again, it's also the power of up, right? Again, grants the user the ability to gain more than what was invested over a period of time. In other words, that cost of that house is going to be less and less Dogecoin every year going forward, where it's going to cost more fiat money, but less Doge. The power of Doge. That's what we're talking about. Can't wait for the casinos to start accepting Doge. I think there's some online casinos you can use your Doge, but would you really trust that? I wouldn't. I don't trust anything online. Nothing. We need a pump, Abe. It's going to come, but I think it's going to still be a while. There'll always be dips, Frankie. There'll always be dips. There'll probably be another dip in June. There'll be another dip in July. Another dip in August. How deep are those dips going to be? And are we going to be staircasing the rest of the time? I mean, that's what happens in the summers. Sometimes the staircasing goes down. Sometimes it goes a little bit up. I'm hoping for the up this time because we had a big down January, February, March. I don't think the ETF is going to get approved until like September, October timeframe, CPAR. I think the SEC is going to play it out the whole 240 days, so it won't be until the fall. So you got to be ready for that mentally, because you're going to be hearing these stories. Oh, SEC delayed the Dogecoin. They didn't delay it. Same way the Bitcoin ETF approval worked out. They went the full 240 days for the Bitcoin ETF. I'm expecting the same for Doge. Any good news about the dog? Just another day in paradise, HK. Right? Doge is not a business. Doge is a currency. I know, you like that? You like that card there, Low Roller? You would like that, right? The HODL card. I got a HODL card. I think that's awesome. Oh. Do only good every day. Now, see, Manuel, you can't think like that. Getting ridiculous. You can't think like that. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. There's this guy on X named Zero. Where is he? I gotta find him. I don't know what he goes by. Where's Zero? 00000. 222. Oh, I'll have to find him another time. This could take too long. Yeah. I don't see him. Sorry. That's going to take too long to find. But he had a really good post. I'll find it for tomorrow. But his post was basically chill, relax. Like, let these things play out, because it's over time when you're going to do well in crypto. And you can't sweat the day-to-day ups and downs. Well, the memes pump like the last cycle. Hard to predict that. What's going to happen? I'm guessing no, because there's way too many more meme tokens this cycle, and the money is way spread out, as opposed to 2021 when there just weren't that many meme coins. And now the money is so spread out. So I'm kind of thinking no. So in a way, Kriss, the Doge is similar to Bitcoin. Lacks a CEO, no one has the power. Exactly. Exactly. In fact, I think it's more decentralized than Bitcoin is. Because Bitcoin now has, huge holders like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy and BlackRock and MetaPlanet, and they're just buying up these hordes of Bitcoin. Doge doesn't have that. The biggest holders of Dogecoin are just the exchanges for the liquidity of trading on the platform. No one has the power in Doge to move the market. Not really. I haven't had time to go looking for the Pokemon cards again, Low Roller. Been really busy. This is like the busiest time. Maybe later in the summer I'll have some time to look again, but it wasn't with the little figurines where I thought it was. I mean, I got a lot of boxes just filled with stuff that I still haven't unpacked everything in the house, so I'll look for them. If you're not buying sub 25 cents, yeah, well, that's why I say sub 20 even, which is where we are now, still at 18.6. It's like, we don't turn Doge into a Fortune 500 company. We don't need a leader to run Doge. Doge is a currency. It's just a currency, Charles. Hey, Aussie. Happy Monday morning to you. Traveling in our caravan at the moment. Any loose change whilst we are out and about, we'll be going into Doge. I love it. Love it. Labubu Toys is the new Beanie Baby. Labubu. Never heard of it. What's a Labubu? Let's see, I gotta look this up now. Are there dolls? Let's see what these things are. Ugh. These are kind of weird looking, Low Roller. Kind of weird looking. I mean, look at that. That's a little weird. I don't know, Low Roller. They're like these little monsters, huh? Labubu. There's always something, isn't there? I had no idea. Good luck. Labubu. All right. Do you see other crypto miners running up? Crypto miners because of the Circle IPO. I don't think that's really necessarily correlated with miners. It's a meme. That's exactly right, Doug. The ups and downs are going to happen. Tune out the noise. Focus on reality. Have patience. Yeah, we talked about that crazy kidnapping in New York City. CoffeeZilla covered it pretty well. If anybody's interested in that, just look up on YouTube CoffeeZilla crypto kidnapping and you'll find his video on it. We just chatted about it a little bit. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. There's got to be more to the story than just that, because it's just bizarre. I know. Can you imagine a currency that would work worldwide, everywhere? Doge. Altcoins like Doge will see a decent pump if we can close a daily candle. We'll get to the summer, and then the fall, I think, is going to be the good times. But again, taking these dip buying opportunities here, that's the thing to do. The boo-boos will fade away. Doge will not. That was Low Roller knows those Pokemon cards have been around a while, and they just keep going up in value as well, just like Doge. Yeah, and that's what I've been saying, Low Rollers. There's going to be 2 runs this cycle. We had the one back in November. There's going to be a second run, just like 2017. That's what I see on the charts. And we just have to be patient and wait for it to come. It's not going to be tomorrow. Yeah, Mara and Riot and Clean Spark. We've talked about it. I would rather just hold the Bitcoin than the stock and the mining companies. But if you want to support the companies, again, find the point of entry on those stocks where they have a big dip, just like you would in a crypto. The only one I was watching was Clean Spark, and the Clean Spark I was going to buy when it got under like $9. Clean Spark, right? It's now $9.79. So Thursday it was down below 9. Monday it was down at $8.50. So that's what I was looking as an entry price for this. Wow, here it was. Oh, well, yeah, April 7th, it was down $7. But look where it was back here in November, $17, and it was up as high as $19, $20 last summer. Isn't that crazy? Then the current price is less than half of what it was last summer. I wonder if Riot is similar. Still lower than it was last summer, not by half. Riot had a big run in November along with crypto. Let's look at Mara. Similar to Riot. Almost the same kind of setup as Riot. So yeah, so they kind of follow. But yeah, Mara is almost half the price now as it was end of November. So do you think Marathon here has a better chance of doubling in price than Bitcoin does? Then buy Mara. It dipped here last week down to $14, now at $15.75. If you have a little like stock portfolio that's outside of crypto, Mara might not be a bad play. Tesla at a discount? Yeah, Tesla really took a beating last week. Boom. It got all the way down to like 275. Now at 295. I finally showed my mom my portfolio. She was open-minded, very intrigued when she saw Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Huh. Interesting. Intrigued, huh? That's not bad. That's not bad. The guy sold all his Bitcoin for altcoins, so far not working out, losing altcoin value against Bitcoin. Yeah, because Bitcoin dominance still going up. It'll turn around. I still think altcoins are going to go on a run. Yeah, I talked a lot about Aptos a year ago plus. Still on my watch list here, Aptos. I used to have some of this. Where is the Aptos? There we go. Aptos, $4.73. Aptos. You know, this thing, I bought it at $7. I sold it. Yeah, I don't remember where I think I sold it up here, like 17. Because I wasn't still holding this when I sold everything else. So I think I took my profit at 17 back here. Aptos is the crypto that like Arthur Hayes is all into. He thinks this thing is going to be great. He thinks this is like the future, is Aptos. I don't see it, but Arthur Hayes is like all in on Aptos. Right now, I'm just in the frame of mind of just like not spreading out in so many different cryptos. So, and Ondo Finance will probably do well. Again, I don't see either of those like becoming a top 10 like SWI. Because SWI, I did predict a couple of years ago would be a top 10 coin, and it's up to what, number 11 or 12 or something. Yeah, it's number 12 right now. So I made a lot of money on SWI. Of course, I took my profits on SWI in January. Look at Doge, still holding out, number 8. Doge doing fine. But yeah, it looks like at $4.73, Aptos is probably in a good accumulation price. A good accumulation price here. If you believe in the project. Don't just buy it because you think it's going to go up. At this point, we're like, if you believe in the project, that's what you need, especially these utility tokens, because Bitcoin is just killing utility tokens. The memes are the only ones that have been holding up well against Bitcoin, but not the utility tokens like Aptos. Aptos, Bitcoin trading pair is just awful. Will it turn around? Maybe. What is the Doge Bitcoin pair? I just look at the Doge Bitcoin trading pair here. I don't know if it's on Satoshis. It's down to 17. So it's down below my 20 line here. This is on a daily. So it has been going down, which is why I believe you should be buying Dogecoin right now and not Bitcoin. If in the end you want to hold Bitcoin, that means you buy Dogecoin now. And when Dogecoin does one of these big runs against Bitcoin, then you swap your Doge over for Bitcoin and you'll end up with more Bitcoin. That's what you do when the Doge BTC trading pair is really low like this. You just keep accumulating Doge here. You wait for the big runs up, Doge versus Bitcoin, and then you swap over to Bitcoin. You'll end up with more Bitcoin that way. Chime is having an IPO. I don't know. I don't really chase the IPOs. I mean, Circle, I totally blew that one from last week. I totally blew that. I think it's still going to go down, but wow, the way it started, I thought from this initial run here up to 100, it was just going to die back down into the 70s and 60s. Instead, it went on a second run up to 120. I think when we see this thing eventually, it's going to be a big bowl. But yeah, I missed that. Could Chime do something like this? Maybe. I think Circle hit just at the right time. You got 2 shares of Circle, their D. I don't know. Let's see what Google says. Chime IPO. What is the IPO date? I don't see it. It doesn't seem to be set yet. Oh, the Motley Fool. What do you have to say? After years of anticipation, Chime is planning to go public. They're not showing a date either. So I don't think the date is set yet. Here's chime.com on their own blog. Yeah, still don't have a date yet. Well, they're expecting their IPO price between 24 and 26. Wasn't the Circle one like 31? So for 31, and it's now at 100. That's pretty crazy. June 12th? Yeah, they don't list it. So that would be next Thursday. I want Chime big time. Well, good luck with that. I'll just be buying more Doge the middle of the month. That's all I'm buying right now. If Jasmine does a bigger dip and gets back close to a penny, I might consider buying some more Jasmine. That's about the only other one I think I would get into, from my point of view. I still think the Japanese embracing crypto like they are now, I think that may do good things for Jasmine. But we have to wait and see on that. So that's what we got today, guys. Hey, 18.5 cents on Sunday. It's a green day still for Doge. Got more coming up. So we'll start the new week. See what anything going on with Elon and Trump next week. See what the Fed's going to talk about. It's going to be all this pressure to lower interest rates. See how all that plays out. So that will all be coming up next week. So always a lot going on with Doge. Hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.